Feliz Cinco de Mayo, everyone. So, with that in mind, before I partake in my usual annual viewing backstroke of the West, I thought I'd talk about a film which came out fairly recently, in order to celebrate this holiday. So, let's talk about the Casagrandes movie based on the Nicktoon of the same name, which was directed by Miguel Puga, and on top of the bulk of the show's cast returning project roles, also features George Gutierrez of OT fame, finding digital voice, and and a host of others as well. So let's begin. The story sees Ronnie and Santiago on her 12th birthday. While her initial plan is to go skating with her friend Sid at a local skate theme park, that plan ends up being co-opted when she's part of a family trip to Mexico for the summer, and ends up crossing paths with some kindred spirit in the demigoddess Spungwari, voiced by Paulina Chavez, and as she attempts to quell the disaster coming to the island paradise of Chapunda, uh, she learns what it truly means to achieve maturity, and perhaps in the process also teach Pungwari, or Shara as she calls herself, about the matter as well. Though I was not able to watch all of the TV show beforehand as I had hoped to, I do have enough of working knowledge of it, and that includes like the backdoor pilot that was part of the main Loud House spinoff from, and I know the discourse around the material is definitely an interesting one, but I'm one of those people that actually finds it to be a bit more interesting than the parent show it spun off from. And if you must release a spin-off while the parent show is still airing new episodes, I'm okay with it as long as you can distinguish it enough from the parent series, which I think it did just enough in terms of not just the people they're focusing on, but also the setting, being inner city rather than suburban, and and I also really enjoy how their mythos again plays a part in the story, right? And my understanding is this was another movie that was initially intended as a theatrical release before everything happened, and much like the movie on the Parent series and also the Rise of the Ninja Turtles movie, Netflix, as I want to do, jumped at the chance to get the rights to it, and I would say that I've seen far worse ways to kill an hour and 25 minutes, personally, and the animation, it's also in tune with other Nicktoon feature-length movies where it has better animation than the show proper does, and stakes do seem higher. I mean, for the while both the parent show and its spin-off do have ventured into more absurdist territory, especially more recent seasons, and I think in many respects the most effective plots tend to be ones that are rooted in the trials and tribulations of daily life, albeit somewhat exaggerated for comedic and at times dramatic effects. It's, and in this specific instance, however, I definitely think it fits here, especially with all the games that are being played for the Festival of the New Fire, and also how the Mesoamerican motifs and legends that they pull from. Um, it's definitely a movie that I would say that I enjoyed watching all the same. And even how it deals with sort of generational trauma actually surprised me a bit as well. Man, I'm not saying we got to Encanto levels, but again, you get in a situation where it turns out that while it seemed like Pungwari is being treated here like a villain, the actual threat is much more personal than that. Yeah. The music, I also rather enjoyed that aspect, and a lot of people weren't pleased with how the Loud House movie was a musical. But there's only a couple songs in the movie proper and one to close out the credits. And for this where Marcelo Trevino does provide a solid score. I also especially liked how Carlos Arazaki, his voice acting in this, since it's not the first time he appeared in something I enjoyed, which with him providing the voice of Rocco in Rocco's Modern Life. He was also the original voice of Spyro the Dragon and also Junior Reno 911. And so he's definitely been around on quite a bit. And overall, it definitely is another interesting side effect in the many shows that they put out over the years being, and I still intend to rewatch the entire show as well as its parent series as part of this project I'm going to be working on, but much like I have been stressing, it's going to take a bit longer than I would have liked to get it out. Oh, just so you know, of course. Overall, I would give this movie, if I just say right now, a 4 out of 5. So, again, definitely not necessarily one of magnitude of other films of this culture, but is still, on the whole, a solid movie outing for the hit show, and definitely not the only the movie of this kind I'm going to be talking about this year, the slightest. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you all again later this week, so take care, everyone.